Hey guys, so you might be able to see that we are taking a higher perspective today for today's reading, and I'll sort of explain to you what's going on in a second. But before I do, I just want to say I can't feel kind of like nervous and anxious, so I don't know if that somebody's feeling that way right now. I kind of faffed around a lot before starting this reading, like I did my makeup and I was like, oh, I need to get more water, just sort of messing around. Um, why I've already got the cards out now, this is one of the things that's probably making me feel a bit nervous because I really like to pull the cards on camera so that people can see that I've got no kind of hidden motives or like I'm not setting this up, I'm not making it up in any way. Like if you go and watch my other videos, you can see me pulling the cards on camera. Now what happened this morning, I was really kind of, it was quite early and I felt like I wanted to get up and do the reading, but I was like, it's too early. And I was thinking maybe I should go for a walk first. And I was kind of lazing around in bed. And they gave me a song. And I'll come to that song in a second as I go into the reading. But the song made me really curious. I was like, why have they given me that song? Like, what's that about? And I'm really nosy, so like being so nosy kind of prompted me to get up and get out of bed and come to the reading, and just find out what was going on. And I really feel like this is it doesn't explain the song, but it's a very I think important message, or a very cohesive message, and it's kind of like too good not to share it. So yeah, I'm going to go into this and sort of explain it all, and this is going to be today's reading. So it's sort of like a tell me anything reading, but I've done it off camera and I'm going to sort of explain it to you as I go. Yeah, sorry, you're probably going to see a little bit more of like my scruffy pants and things today as well, with it being a bit higher up. Now I've got the crow feather because there's quite a few crows coming out again at the moment in the readings, and I just kind of wanted to show this off. This is my my dad gave me this from my nana. My nana's getting a little bit older now. So I think she's starting to get to that space where she's thinking about, well, what do I want to leave people? Where do I want my things to go? Um, so yeah, so I've got this. It's like an acorn, like an amber acorn. Uh, very, very, very happy with that. It's beautiful. It's really sparkly inside as well. I don't can't want to bring it too close to the camera because it reflects everything. But because we've had all those messages through about kind of ancestors and lost jewelry and all these kinds of things, and the importance of kind of ancestry and heirlooms, yeah, I just felt like I wanted to have that on camera and just kind of share that with you because it's quite nice. And I'm off to see her tomorrow, so I can speak to her in person, which is much better. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. So that was that. That might have some kind of meaning to someone, I don't know. I've got I'll talk about the randomized songs first. I've only got 3 songs that came through as channeled messages. So I randomized some songs on Spotify this morning as I was kind of like getting ready. And I got Milk by Garbage, particularly the line I'm waiting for you kind of stood out to me. Then there was an advert, and one of the adverts was for a song called "Baby It's You" by London Grammar. Now I don't know that song other than what the advert said, which was basically a couple of lines from the chorus. So I don't know if you want to go and check that out, see what the lyrics are. It might have some meaning to you. I've got no idea about it. Um, then um, then it was "You've Got the Love" by Florence and the Machine, which is really interesting actually, because there's messages down here that are to do with unconditional love and faith, in terms of like having faith in the universe, feeling if you follow certain doctrines, right, you'd call it like God's love, like this universal love that God is said to have for everybody. I've been raised in a religion. I don't know a huge amount about the different religions. I kind of know the basics. So yeah, I don't want to offend anyone or anything like that, but I need to explain the messages that are coming through. Now, I would have said I wasn't a particularly religious person before coming to tarot, but the more I do it, the more I see coincidences, and that can't be coincidences, like coincidences that are coincidences too many times to be a coincidence, right? There's at some point, when do you stop calling it a coincidence? But yeah, so I've got this message down here about this kind of universal, kind of like almost like God's love or the universe's love. And then I've got that Florence and Machine song, You've Got the Love I Need to See Me Through, which I think, listening to it, I think is, you could say it's about a person. So this could be someone in your life who has that kind of unconditional love for you. But I think the song's meaning is more to do with spirituality. When you listen to the lyrics. So as that resonates for you, take it. I'm not forcing any kind of agenda or anything like that on anyone. You know, everybody's welcome to come to this reading and interpret things as they wish to, in regards to their own beliefs. The other advert that came through was Cornetto. Now I got two things from that. The gut reaction I had to it was, my nose is clicking again. What is it with readings and clicky noses? Cornetto. So the thing that I got from that is, it was really nostalgic for me because it was the Just One Cornetto song, and I just saw 6 and 9 then on the timestamp. That's kind of like the yin yang symbol for me, as among other things. Just One Cornetto. It's like this a song, an advert that was from my childhood, because I think Pavarotti sang it when I was a kid. So yeah, I've got this kind of childhood nostalgia thing from it, of like and then Pavarotti, which might be important to someone. The next song that came through was Nothing Really Matters by Madonna, which again is this kind of nihilistic, I don't know how to pronounce that word, view on the world, where it's nothing matters, nothing really matters. But then she says, love is all you need, right? So we've got this love message again, this universe, like nothing matters, nothing is important except for love, this unconditional love. That is the only, like, the message coming through is like, that's the only pure, real thing of importance. There's so many like daft things that distract us, right? So many like material things that distract us in the world, so many arguments that we get into that don't really matter. The only thing that matters is love, unconditional love, and love for yourself, universal love, whatever that means. I mean, I'm a Libra. Libras are all about love. So there you go. So that's all the stuff I got from Spotify this morning. Now, kind of moving into the channeled songs, I got Untouchable Face by Annie DiFranco, particularly the line, the opening lines, I'm going for a walk now, I feel a little unsteady, I don't want anyone to follow me except maybe you. What does that mean? I'm sure you know. But then the next two songs, I got Come Out and Play by Billie Eilish, and then I got, which I love that song, it is such a beautiful song, definitely a favourite for me. But then I got Billie Jean by Michael Jackson. So I was kind of hung up on this Michael Jackson song, and that's what drew me to the reading. I was like, what's going on? I want to know more about this story. It's like, Billie Jean's not my lover. She's just a girl who says that I'm the one. The kid's not my son. I was like, I need to get the tea, like go to the cards, get the tea spilled. What's going on with this? Now, I don't see anything at all that relates to that song here, because I'm looking for like pregnancy. Very few cards that indicate pregnancy here. There's no strong, I'm not getting a pregnancy message at all. The only cards that I'd say could be pregnancy would possibly be like the World card. Page of Cups card can sometimes be symbolic of pregnancy, but you can see they're completely separate in the reading. They're adjacent to different cards. So there's if a pregnancy message was coming through, I feel like it would be a lot stronger, a lot more obvious. I don't see it. So yeah, no pregnancy here as far as I can tell. So I also can't see anything that's kind of following that storyline of anything like that, really. So I don't know if that means anything to anyone here. Maybe as I go through the reading, it might make more sense to you. I don't know. So what I think actually was going on there, and this is a follow-on from yesterday's reading where I had 4 songs, and Two songs were by one artist, Timbaland, and two songs were by Oasis. So I'm getting this doubles, right? The number two has been coming through strongly for the last few days. The number two, doubles. I mean, I'm playing a computer game about twins, so maybe it's just that. Maybe they're just saying, hey, go and play that computer game about twins. I don't know. It could just be that. But yeah, a lot of messages about doubles. And so I got a song by Billie Eilish and the song Billie Jean. So I think it's the name Billie. So whether the name Billy, William, Bill has any meaning to you, William Shakespeare came out with down here, so I'll get to that in a bit. That could be relevant to someone. So yeah, I think it's more the name Billie and the fact that they just wanted to kind of prick my curiosity and get me out of bed and get me down here doing a reading. So now to talk you through it. Just looking at it like, where do I start? I'm going to pause. I'm going to have a sip of coffee. I'll be back with you in a second. My son's shouting, so I'll go see what that's about too. Just noticed as I paused, it was 1101 on the timestamp there. Yeah, he was just playing a game. He's playing a game called Hollow Knight with his dad. So I don't know what the age rating is on that game. It looks a bit spooky, but he's getting a bit frustrated. He's doing quite well. He's got to a point where he's just got really stuck. So he's just frustrated and shouting. I've asked him to try and calm down a little bit. Right, okay. It's funny because that word hollow was coming through in one of the readings the other day as well. So Hollow Knight, maybe that means something to someone. Right, where are we? I'm going to start over here with Observer. So, sorry, you're going to have to put up with my messy hair all day today. Observer. So we've got the fox out again, if anyone has been watching my readings and the fox means something to you. He's a common character at the moment in my readings. We've got this fox character. He's sat on this egg, so he's trying to hatch something, right? Maybe hatching some sort of plan. And he's watching this moon here. It's like a figure in the moon, but it's out of reach. So this is the key. We've got someone watching someone, but that person is out of reach. So moving to these two cards. So this is exactly as it came out. I've not constructed anything here. This is how the cards came out when I shuffled. So yeah, clarifying the observer, we've got these two cards. Now, if you look at the images on these two cards, it's like the Knight of Wands is observing the Queen of Swords, but she's got her back turned. So she might not be aware of this Knight of Wands watching her. The Knight of Wands is somebody who's very, very passionate. It's kind of one of the fastest moving knights along with the Knight of Swords. Really goes racing in there. You can see this horse kind of wanting to kind of take a leap of faith. I'm seeing that as towards this Queen of Swords. Now, it's two females on these cards, but you can switch the gender roles around as you need to, as it suits your situation. It's more about like the energy, the mood of these characters that's going to help you recognise who's who in this situation. So yeah, I feel like this Knight of Wands is really feeling a lot of passion towards this Queen of Swords. Passion it can be like very romantic, very sexual, but it doesn't have to be. It also means sort of creative energy, a lot of enthusiasm, a lot of action. So this Knight of Wands is watching the Queen of Swords, wanting to take some sort of action towards her. Now the Queen of Swords has a back turned. She looks like she's kind of sitting there watching, waiting for something, right? Maybe waiting for ships to come in. I kind of see this as almost like the Three of Wands card. And you can see that her feet are bound as well. Like she's got these sandals on it, and I'm seeing this as kind of her feet being bound. She's kind of stuck in place. She's got her sword at the ready, so she's ready to take action. She's ready to move, but it's like she's waiting for something first. And there's this kind of crow in the air as well. Now the crows or ravens, as whichever way you take it, they are coming through quite strongly at the moment in my readings. I do have crows around my house as well. And they do seem to be kind of like almost like guardian angel type spirits or something, where they're neither good or bad, but they're trying to pull people into a certain direction. It's like they're guides, communicating things, communicating spiritual messages, acting as spirit guides. Spirit guides, that's the word I was scrambling for there. You can also see here she's got this little heart kind of locked away. It's not a heart, it's the Ace of Cups I'm seeing it as, and the Ace of Cups I see as like a heart. So it's an emotion, it's an offer, the opportunity for some kind of love or relationship, but she's got it locked away. So she's kind of cold, kind of a bit standoffish, right? So we've got this relationship going on here. So the observer, the Knight of Wands watching the Queen of Swords. So why is the Knight of Wands watching the Queen of Swords? What's going on here? We have the Page of Cups. Now the Page of Cups is wanting to make some sort of offer, some sort of sorry, my nose is clicking again. Oh, stop clicking nose, so annoying. Some sort of offer, some kind of like emotional moving forwards towards the Queen of Swords. So I'm seeing it as the King of Wands is very passionate, very fiery, heated up, enthusiastic. It's a very like hot, moving energy towards this Queen of Swords, who's quite cool. Yeah, wanting to come in with like a passionate offer of love, probably with the Page of Cups. But pages are kind of a young energy. If a page was approaching a queen, so this is what we've got here. It's this kind of like someone feeling like inferior. Inferior is the right word. Thank you. That popped into my head. Someone feeling inferior in comparison to this Queen of Swords, because this is just a page approaching a queen. Like a knight might be able to approach a queen, but a page approaching a queen, you know? So there's this kind of inferiority, and you can see this by the person is sat down here, and then this kind of like the feet in the air. So again, there's this like this feeling of like imagination or fantasy. Fantasy is the right word. Again, thank you, popping words into my head. This idea of fantasy, not having your feet on the ground, you know, believing that pigs might fly. But the Page of Cups can be a card about it can be a card about kind of having your head in the clouds, like in being in this kind of dream world, but it also has the message of believing the impossible, like the impossible is possible, because it normally has a fish in a cup. Like, how did the fish get there? That's improbable, but it's not impossible. So again, we have this kind of like these two hands making a love heart here, this kind of connection with this kind of like atom. It's like an atom inside it. It's like the Page of Cups is seeing it like this anyway. It's like saying, if this connection is made, if these two people come together, there's something new is being created here in the middle. It's like this new energy, and probably creative energy with the Knight of Wands there. But at the moment, it's like, yeah, really seeing like how the fox is kind of like looking up there at the moon. It's out of reach. The page is seeing the queen as being like really out of reach. Yeah, so that's what's going on there. Moving on, we have To Be Fair and the Ten of Cups. So To Be Fair is a card about balance being restored, and it's something to do, I'll just sort of show you the images. I'm not going to dwell on these ones too long right now, but you can see it's kind of like Athena energy, Libra energy. Yeah, balance being restored there, with some kind of knowledge, like knowledge restoring balance. And the subject, what's being restored, is the Ten of Cups. So this is like emotional fulfillment, emotional happiness, healing. Okay, whatever your happily ever after is. Okay, coming back to that in a second, because it relates to this over here. Now here we have a change in the wind. I see this as Aquarius energy. There's quite a lot of air energy actually here. This Queen of Swords possibly is an Aquarius. Doesn't have to be. Like I say, it's just the energy, and I know some people like to hear the signs. Aquarius energy actually has been really strong for the past couple of days. The reading I did yesterday, which was about the planetary movement where some planets are transitioning from Capricorn to Aquarius. So strong Aquarius energy for me at the moment. Aquarius energy is about change. It's about being true to yourself, being very individual, thinking out of the box, being very, very creative. Somebody here may be moving house with this zebra, carrying this on the back. And again, I see that the zebra is a symbol of Aquarius energy for me, of standing out in a crowd, of being very individual, very unique. 3. Yeah, so a change in the wind, something is changing, and the reason why it's changing is because it's trying to bring in this balance, okay, balance regarding happiness. Now, why is it unbalanced? Why is the unbalance there? Now, the first card I saw was the Ten of Pentacles, so I was like, okay, well, we've got the Ten of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles, that would be balanced, because the Ten of Pentacles is, the Ten of Cups is emotions, and the Ten of Pentacles is the tangible things. These two cards kind of are a really nice pair. It's having all the comfort, all the things that you want that make you happy and comfortable, all the material things you want, having the nice house, having a decent car, having enough food to kind of keep your family fed, having a bit of extra money to do a few nice things, wear nice clothes, all these kind of things. It's like happy in a tangible physical sense, where the Ten of Cups is happy in an emotional, fulfilled kind of sense. So these two cards together is like where people want to be. This is what we're all aiming for in life, right? Yeah, you can see this kind of community spirit, families, the people around you, lovely cards together. So if you had this, you'd have a really good balance. These two are the two good tens. There's two bad tens, two good tens. But the problem we have here is the only cups we have in this situation. So I see this as the situation that somebody's in and the reason why the change is happening. The only cups, the only emotions we have here are in the reverse. So the Ten of Pentacles is clarified by the Two of Cups in reverse. So what this is telling me is there's a relationship here between two people, and it should be happy. It should be that perfect life, right? It's kind of like the Instagram life. Everything looks really, really good on the surface. People look at these people and say they're doing really well. They've got everything they could possibly want, possibly need. But there's an imbalance here. This is not an equal relationship. It's the Two of Cups in the upright. I mean, you can sort of see visually, I mean, this is a beautiful pack. You can visually see what this means. It's a connection between two people that is absolutely equal, absolutely like these people see eye to eye, they're on the same page, it's equal give and take, it's a very, very happy energy. You can see these rainbows again, similar to that Ten of Cups card there. So this is kind of this is the energy behind this, okay? This is the basis of this, but this person doesn't have that, so they haven't got the Ten of Cups because the relationship they're in is emotionally unbalanced, is missing something, right? Looks really good on the surface, but it's not. Oh, I was thinking as well, I was going to talk about I'm running out of space on my phone talking about Instagram. They really want me to say this. So yeah, I'm running out of space on my phone for filming videos, and I really need to kind of go through all my photos, go through my videos, get rid of a few, put some on file, and just create that space on my phone. But it's kind of a big job, right? I keep putting it off. But what I was kind of thinking that I was going to say was that my problem is during lockdown, during like the 6 months or whatever it is that I've been in lockdown, I've discovered how to take selfies. Now, I've always avoided the camera like the plague, and like I'm one of those people, I'll hide behind other people if there's someone taking photos. But part of my own self-acceptance, part of my own kind of loving myself is putting myself out there a bit more, being my authentic self, and part of that is the ability to take photos and put them on the internet so people can see what I look like. So I'm still sort of working through it. So I like to wear makeup if I know I'm going to be on camera, and I like to, even though it's kind of crusty today, my makeup, and even though I take, like, it's the Kim Kardashian thing of where, like, she's apparently takes about 100 photos every time she posts a photo on Instagram. She's taken 100 photos and she goes through and picks the best of the bunch, kind of thing. So there's going to be photos where she looks like a pleb, but she gets the nice ones, and then she filters them and she edits them and she gets them looking perfect, and then she uploads it. And it's kind of that's what it's kind of showing me. It's like this filtered life, right? It looks really good on the surface, but you're not seeing all the shit behind it. All those bad photos, or bad like times. So like everything looks good on Facebook, right? So and that makes other people insecure then, because they think, I can't live up to that. Well, nobody can live up to that. It's all fake. Right, anyway, so this is the change. This is why this change is coming in, because there's this imbalance. So somebody has kind of done a lot of self-reflecting, done a lot of work here. We've got the Hermit card. So the Hermit is the Hermit's the first major arcana that we've hit. So this is big energy. This is a big thing for this person in their life, and it comes out with Temperance as well. So 2 major arcana together. So yeah, you can see the Hermit mode. It's like going really inwards. And you can be around other people. You can like physically be around other people, but the Hermit is like looking inwards, turning inwards, really kind of like wanting that solitude to think things through, to reassess your life. And you can see how they're both in a very similar pose. So this could be 2 people doing the same process, or it could be the same person with it being the same pose. But it's like, it's here with Temperance. So this person's been in this like thinking mode of like doing a lot of self-reflection, really kind of taking themselves out of, I mean, we've all been in isolation, right? So yeah, a lot of us have been doing this thinking. You can see this kind of like inner light as well shining. So yeah, there's this, I feel like it's almost like a divinely guided kind of thing as well with these angels here, but it's about balance. It's about balancing out kind of your shadow side and your light side, the good things about you, the bad things about you, your yin energy, your yang energy. Not that yin and yang are one of those are bad, but it's all about the different things that need balancing out. And then what's next to this Hermit card is like what this person's been thinking about. Oh, the Temperance, I should say, is like patience and healing as well. So yeah, I think like this has kind of been a bit of a long journey for them, especially because the Pilgrim card came out. So it's like a long inner journey of self-discovery almost. So what they've been kind of reassessing here is what this light is like. If you look at the yellow color, and the yellow color of this card is the Page of Wands. Again, it's a very young energy. It's somebody like discovering, it's almost like connecting with love and passion in a real sense for the first time. They might be the Queen of Swords. They might have kept, sorry, really hard to kind of navigate here. They might be the person who's had their heart locked away. So this could be someone looking at themselves. Yeah, it doesn't necessarily have to be 2 people. It can be someone looking at themselves, doing the self-reflection work, which again is echoed over here. I'll just quickly show that, sneak peek of that card, self-reflection, right? So yeah, they've what this person's done is they've identified that while things look happy on the surface, there's something unequal underneath. There's something, an emotional imbalance. There's something missing here. So they are, it's probably something that's triggered this as well. It's probably new feelings that have surfaced for them that they've probably not felt before, that have kind of sparked this need to do this reflection work, where they're working out what they're passionate about. Pages are about learning, so working out, what am I passionate about, what makes me feel something, what makes me feel anything, emotion and passion. Okay, Knight of Wands there. Yeah, it's really like someone's been cool and shut down, very, very analytical, very sort of sees the world in a very logical kind of like removed sense. And now the feeling and feeling emotions, feeling passion, probably moving into quite a creative energy. It's like this sparks a really creative energy for them, because it's new, it's fresh, it's intoxicating, exciting. Yeah, really exciting. So they're dealing with this, struggling with this. It's like they've changed, right? They've changed. That's what the change is. They've changed on the inside. They're not this person anymore. The thing is, they're giving me the all it glitters is not gold card. It's like they thought this is what they wanted. They've worked hard to this, logically worked hard to get this. Okay, it's like almost like very different energy. The swords and the pentacles. Swords are like logic. Pentacles are tangible things. This is like someone who's worked really hard to get what they've wanted, strategized to get where they wanted, but they neglected the cups and the wands. So it's like they've had this kind of almost like a tower moment, this light bulb moment going off for them. They figured all this out, and now it's like they don't fit in anymore where they were. It's like they look at all these circles. All the circles on these cards. This is like a change, a massive, and it's the world card as well. It's like a massive change for them. It's like life changing. Because what they've done is like the things that mattered to them, the goals that they had, the things that they were going for in life suddenly don't. I'm going to say what I was going to say because I feel like it's important to speak freely in tarot. I think I say things for a reason. It doesn't fucking matter anymore. Doesn't fucking matter. It's like nothing really matters, right? The Madonna song, Love Is All We Need. This is like they've completely changed priorities. So how can they sit? How can they sit in this situation anymore? This emotionally unbalanced, looks good on the surface situation when love is all they need and they don't have it. So they've got this massive change. It's probably just inside themselves right now. It's like my world around me is exactly the same, but I'm not the same person. I don't fit here anymore. Then it's like they're stepping through this portal now into this new life. They can't not, right? They can't sit there in that, like pretending to be happy, pretending to be fulfilled when they're missing this. It's like they know what that feels like. They know what that looks like now. They know what that unconditional love is, and they don't have it, and that's all they want. That's all they need. So that's why this is here. That's why balance is here, because this isn't balanced. They need this to be balanced. Now, that's not saying they have to leave a relationship. They can stay in that relationship, but they need to bring the Ten of Cups into it. They need the balance. Now, the Pilgrim card came out. So I'm going to read you this card now and talk you through it and explain kind of the meaning of this card. I'm going to read from the book. It's card number 20 again. So twos are important here. I think because twos again can be about balance. Okay, the Pilgrim. I'll bring this up closer so you can look at it while I'm talking about it. Gives me Brad Pitt energy. When he went on that, he had like a midlife crisis and he went off to Tibet and like. Okay, the Wanderer, the Traveller, the Apprentice. For the Pilgrim, now an outward journey is always an inward journey. The archetypal wanderer seeks wisdom, experience, and meaning in the farthest reaches of the globe and the deepest regions of the spirit. Others will wonder when the pilgrim will settle down and claim a more conventional life. Here's the conventional life, right? But the pilgrim knows that the heart belongs in motion. Where there is motion, there is freedom, expansion, and growth. Okay, to show you the image on that card, freedom, expansion, and growth. Convention, freedom, expansion, and growth. Responsibilities. Pull that up again. Responsibilities, social conventions, and logistics lull us to sleep, and soon the pilgrim becomes veiled in the slumber of the day-to-day. When this archetype awakens, it rallies our sense of adventure and leads us out of the door towards a new reality. With the pilgrim at your side, you will never lack courage. Now, courage is a key theme, nor do you need every amenity. They don't need the Ten of Pentacles anymore. Nor do you need every amenity. Travel light, travel soon, your spirit needs it. Travel light, travel soon, your spirit needs it. Okay. You've had the Ten of Pentacles, it's not emotionally fulfilling. All we have is a deep longing to answer the call, to get unstuck. What are the obstacles between you and the door? Even in the stillness of meditation, the pilgrim feels the movement of the heart towards what it loves. The movement of the heart towards what it loves. That's what's pulling this person, okay? I'm going to come back to that. Okay, so moving swiftly on. We have this deep knowing card here. Okay, deep knowing. And the owl's back again. Deep knowing. This person, this is... yeah, they've done that work. They've done this hermit mode. They've got this deep knowing now. They know that they've changed, completely changed. They've like discovered something. Now just have a quick look up here again at these underlying energies. We have the Starborn card. Underneath is the Self card. Now that came out in yesterday's reading if anyone wants to go and watch that. And then also in the underlying here we have the Knight of Cups with this Tower moment. This person has had, I'm not surprised the Tower's here. This person's had a mega Tower moment. It's like life-changing, completely hit them at the foundations. They've seen the light now, like they can see clearly, right? Queen of Pentacles there as well. Yeah, and then the Knight of Cups. So it's the Knight of Cups that's had this Tower moment. So this is maturing of energy. The Page of Cups, the Page of Wands, doing this work is maturing into the Knight of Cups. So this is no longer wanting to... the Knight of Wands here as well. So this is no longer... feeling super impulsive. I mean, the Knight of Cups is impulsive, but not as impulsive as the Knight of Wands, not as emotionally immature as the Page of Cups. It's like a very, very romantic energy. It's the Lancelot. It's the person who rides in on a white horse and reads you a love poem. Yeah, it's like a maturing of this energy, and I'm saying he, it could be a she or a they. Yeah, they've got like this little love letter here. They've got the cup, right, that they want to offer. They've got the hat in the hand. It's like respectful. This is probably one of the more respectful Knights of Cups. It's very gallant, very proper, very, very romantic. He's got his horse ready there, got his Converse. You know, Knight of Cups comes at you in Converse, you know you've got a good one. Yeah, I'm going to come to the energy over there in a moment. We'll leave that aside for a second. So moving on to this area, I'm just going to kind of shuffle everything up a little bit as well now, so you can see this a little bit more clearly, the way that this is laid out. Higher perspective, I can see clearly now. Okay, here we go. We've got the No Place Like Home card. So we've got this not Wonderland. Alice in Wonderland was coming through in a reading. Was it yesterday's reading? But also this Dorothy, Wizard of Oz. Wizard of Oz came through because I was getting that TikTok card, which is like Return to Oz. No Place Like Home, No Place Like Home. Click your heels together 3 times. It sparks a little but nothing happens. That's Alicia's Attic. That's a song that comes through quite a lot in the readings too. Just going to make a quick note of that one. I'm going to pause. Yeah, so that Alicia's Attic song, it's a song called I Am, I Feel, and it's, I click my heels together 3 times, they spark a little but nothing happens. So it's a song about wishing to be somewhere else, not being happy in a relationship, wishing to be somewhere else. So No Place Like Home. I'm not quite sure exactly. It might be nostalgia, Nostos, Odysseus returning home. We've got the change of home, somebody moving home, having nostalgia for a place that they used to live in, wanting to move back there, or having nostalgia for the place that they're leaving. But they are leaving, they are moving. We've got change in the wind, change of home possibly, and the Ten of Swords. You can see this person's leaving, they're moving, they're going somewhere else, following these crows. Again, I say the crows are really trying to guide someone somewhere at the moment. So the Ten of Swords, this is kind of Feeling is clarified by the Eight of Swords. So the Eight of Swords is this, you can see this person, and again, this reflection work, right? This person is really tied up by their own thoughts. It's like your thoughts are holding you back, that your thoughts are restraining you. But if you could see clearly, you'd know that you were able to move. Now, you could see these birds as kind of tying this person up, but with them symbolizing freedom in this image, I'm seeing it more like the birds are, it's like spiritual knowledge, spiritual guidance, trying to get this person unstuck, trying to pull at these threads to set this person free. So after the Eight of Swords, after feeling stuck or thinking you're stuck, what comes is the Ten of Swords, which is a completion energy. It can be very, very painful. The Ten of Swords is a painful card. In between is the Nine of Swords, which is like anxiety, depression, you know, really seriously mentally hurting. Sorry if I had a little hiccup there. I just ran over the 40-minute mark, so it moves to a new video. So sorry if anything was slightly lost there. So yeah, these ravens, these crows, are like trying to unravel these threads that are keeping this person mentally stuck, so that they can end something and move on towards something that feels like freedom, that's guiding, like they're being guided somewhere, right? And they are being guided by the crows, and I'll come to that in a second, because we have this Justice card. Again, the Justice card, it's a balancing card, like this To Be Fair card. It's like it's Athena energy, it's Libra energy. Athena isn't Libra's goddess, but she's the goddess of knowledge and justice. So yeah, balance, really kind of like balancing the blade, balancing thoughts, doing that reflection work, finding the balance. So this is like, again, it's the number 2 as well. So this is what this person's moving towards. They've left behind this situation. You can see that she's got her back to this situation, this previous situation that wasn't fulfilling, and she's moving, or he or they is moving towards justice and a balanced situation that feels like home, right? Their true home. Now, just to show you what justice is actually balancing here, we've got 2 sixes, the 6 of Cups and the 6 of Swords. Sixes are all about balance. It's the number of balance in the tarot. Yeah, balance, equal give and take. This card here is the 6 of Cups is exactly about balance. It's very similar to like the 2 of Cups, but it can be with more people. It's like balance in the community around you, balance in your friends, equal give and take, situations that are very fair, emotionally fair, equal relationships. It's also a card about nostalgia. Now, I was picking up on nostalgia up here with No Place Like Home. Something else as well was giving me nostalgia. I can't think what it was now. Yeah, nostalgia possibly for the past, probably nostalgia for childhood, nostalgia for perhaps when your children were younger. Yeah, card about nostalgia. So there may be a feeling of it's really difficult to walk away from something, and this might be like the Justice card can be about weighing the scales, right? Making a decision, because it's hard to leave a home, it's hard to leave a place where you've been very, very settled, but we've got these 2 cards that symbolize moving home, I think. So if you're on the verge of doing that, you're going to be dealing with all these issues of nostalgia, of remembering the memories that you had in that place. But then what's on the other side, so this is in one of the scales of justice, and the other side is this feeling, this is mental against sword energy. This is a card about moving on to calmer waters, leaving something behind that was like choppy waters, right? Tumultuous waters. And again, waters symbolize emotions, emotionally unstable, a situation that was emotionally unstable, chaotic, choppy waters, right? Always feeling unbalanced, always rocking the boat, leaving it behind to move to calmer waters. And what's guiding you, this person, they're just along for the ride. They're being pulled by these birds, again, by these crows that have been this person's companion the whole way through, okay, right from the start. So we've got this Queen of Swords with this bird symbolizing freedom, and they're not here, they're not in this situation. No birds in this situation. The birds are over here guiding this person, helping this person with this ending, helping this person to get unstuck, pulling the boat out of the choppy waters, leading this person to a calmer place, an emotionally stable place. So I pulled out, this card came out, I think it was in Libra's reading, so I don't know if you want to go back and watch those quickie readings and go and watch Libra's reading. There's a lot of Libra energy in this reading today. I don't see it necessarily as being a Libra person as much as Libra energy, which is about balance, about justice, about righting situations that aren't balanced. And in that reading though, I was talking about how when I pulled the cards for their emotions, they got all cups, and when I pulled the cards for thoughts, they had all swords. Now I just saw 4455, so what I was saying was, while there were challenging cards there, some of the cards were very, very challenging energies. They had everything in the right place. They had the cups, which symbolize emotions, in their emotions, and they had the swords, which symbolize thoughts, in the thoughts. So it was somebody who's very, very balanced. Everything was in the right place. You don't want too many thoughts in your emotions. You don't want too many emotions in your thoughts. It's balanced. Everything was where it should be. And this card came out for them in their action space. So again, it's the Six of Swords. Same card as this one, okay? Same meaning. So moving on, leaving a situation behind that wasn't right, moving on to calmer waters. And you can see how calm these waters are. This is emotional balance. And also the swords here inside the boat. This person is, while they may have painful thoughts, difficult thoughts that try to bind them, and while they may have a huge depth of emotion, these things don't hold this person back. They're not letting them hold them back. They've got full control over it. You know, they're actually using their emotions to help them move. If they were trying to pedal on dry land, they wouldn't get as far, right? So their emotions are helping carry this person forwards, and they're able to carry their thoughts with them. Okay, this person can handle things. So I wanted to pull that as it's a nice visual that explains, it really explains what this Justice card is trying to do here in balancing out the thoughts and emotions. So just to kind of show you those images again. So what came out with the Justice card, on one side is the cups, the emotions, on one side is the swords, which is the thoughts, and this visually symbolizes somebody able to move on, move forward, utilizing their thoughts and their emotions, not letting them hold them back, like in this Eight of Swords energy. Right, okay, so part one of the reading done. Just to quickly run through, I did clarify with another deck. So over here with the Observer, I got Karma, which is hearing the call. It's the Judgment card, and more Libra energy, okay, more Justice energy. Karma coming in, hearing the call, having a second life, having been revived, right? It's normally a card where it has like an angel coming in, blowing a horn, which gets these people up, like people who are dead, out of the coffins. It's a second life card. Having a lot of strength, either somebody giving you the strength to do this or finding the inner strength to do it, because we also have, again, this is right, clarifying this, 3 major arcana. It's big, massive, life-changing, spiritually guided. This is an energy of healing. It's this card here. Healing, balance, patience, stability, like patience, taking the time to find this balance within yourself before you can manifest it in the real world. So that is over there, clarifying that is this energy. Okay, this over here is there, that was the trigger, that's what's happening to that person. Now clarifying, clarifying, oh, my knees are getting sore, sat on the floor for too long. Clarifying this here, to be fair, with the Ten of Cups, we have the Ace of Cups. So I did say that it could be a new person who has sparked and triggered these emotions within that person. So this is like an offer coming in, or it doesn't have to necessarily be an offer as well. It can be something, it can be an idea, it can be visualizing what you want emotionally, and this cup is overflowing. So the Ten of Cups, this is overflowing with emotions, but this is the start. I think this is what this person wants, but this is like step one, right? Is like making the offer, finding the person, or even like loving yourself first, with it being a one. Yeah, and then you've got that. I keep calling it the one card. It's the self card here. Love yourself first. Love yourself first before you can go on this journey to find your Ten of Cups. So here with this as well is this Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles is about juggling. It's about balance. You've got quite a few things here as well that are to do with the infinity symbol. You see the infinity symbol here and here. This is kind of like it's that eternal love, unconditional love, everlasting love, which could very well be for yourself, and finding that balance within yourself. But yeah, another card about balance, also about juggling. So here, what clarified here is the star. So again, it's just so cohesive. It's the Aquarius card as well. We have Aquarius here. So the star is a card about your wishes, your dreams, your fantasies, the goals you have in life, what you want to move towards. But it's a very grounded energy. Again, it's a balanced energy. She has one foot in her emotions and one foot on the ground. So she's balancing out her emotions with her tangible existence. One cup is being poured into the water, one cup is being poured on the land. The stork is there, which is like some kind of gift being brought in, a gift from the universe. This is kind of like going for your dreams, your wishes, like, but figuring it out as well, like figuring out what you want in life. And it's also a card about healing. So yeah, it's just so perfect. Over here, this was clarified by the Lovers. So I think this is what this person is moving towards, right? Moving towards this energy. Now, just as a quick heads up, there may be a third party situation here. This can mean it's the Gemini card, and it can symbolize a choice between a choice between lovers, a choice of like, who do you want to be with, who do you want to spend the rest of your life with, right? Because I also have, this is juggling energy, juggling two people. We have new love here. We have the Ten of Pentacles, but it's unfulfilling. So it could be, for some of you, a third party situation, but I really see, like, we know this person's story so far. We can see what has happened to that person. So I don't condone adultery. I don't condone sneaky behavior that's going behind someone's back that's going to hurt someone. I think this person is just figuring things out. I don't necessarily see them as having done anything, but yeah, don't enter. I saw 5151, which again works. 5 and 1 makes 6, so that would have been 6 again. So it's this balance, okay, finding the balance. Fairness and equality as well. So you need to act in a fair way, this is saying. And if this person does this, if this person is authentic, honest about their emotions and feelings, works out what they want, this is divinely guided. This could be the Two of Cups. If they choose one person, this could be equal relationship. Two of Cups in the upright. Your perfect match, your lover, your happily ever after. This is, and again, just like divinely guided here, if this person acts in integrity. Yeah, that's what they're moving towards, which, Ace of Cups into the Two of Cups, eventually hoping to get towards this Ten of Cups and emotional fulfillment, with this possibly a new person. I have to be honest about what the cards are saying here. Doesn't have to be, it can be a new cycle, right? A new cycle within an existing relationship. So take it as it resonates, leave what doesn't, and make sure you're being authentic. Oh, right, I'm going to pause. I'm going to drink a bit more coffee, and then I'm going to get on to what is going on down here. So I'm just going to kind of like shunt all this up here. Oh no, I've made it messy again for you. And then we're going to get into these cards, because this tells a nice little story as well. Here we go. So maybe while I'm having my coffee, you can pause and have a think and see what you get from this story. So it's like moving from this side to this side. As I was doing that, they were playing, whoever they is, whoever plays songs in my head, they were giving me Billie Jean's Not My Lover again. And I was saying the one up here. Okay, I've got a different meaning. Like, it's like the words mean something different now. Billie Jean's not my lover. I've not cheated. I've not been an adulterer. I've not done anything wrong. Billie Jean's not my lover. But she's just a girl who says that I'm the one. Like, it's not like, oh, she's lying, she's saying I'm the one. Like, you know, the meaning of the song. It's like this, I'm not her lover, but she's saying I'm the one. For some of you, that's what they gave me. It's like, have you met the one? Have you met the one? Or are you the one? Is it, you know, is the one yourself? Do you need to unconditionally love yourself first before you can have, you know, this and this and this? Love yourself first. Do the healing work. Love yourself first. You can't give someone unconditional love if you don't know what unconditional love is. You have to have unconditional love for yourself first. Right, okay. So, don't know why the Emperor's here. We've got him here. He's sat here. Excuse me, I can't stop burping. I drank my coffee and then drank a load of water, so I'm really sorry about that. But the Emperor's here overseeing things. He's overseeing the children. So the Emperor's been involved in a lot of things. He has been overseeing all the readings this week. It keeps popping up, that father energy from yesterday. Keeping an eye on those kids. So we have a bit of a story here. So first of all, I want to point out that we have these two hands here in the desert, which is like they're in almost in like a praying position. So it starts with the prayer and literally ends with the prayer. Starts and ends with the prayer. That's a weird feeling. It's gone very cold here. Okay, so it's gone very cold here, she says, and listen to what I'm about to say about this desert card. Actually, I'm going to possibly read from the book. But the story here, right, an overview of this story. Not quite sure about the Queen and a Gape, so I'll read from the book for those. But what I get from these cards here, starts with a prayer, ends with a prayer. This person has been down, right, stuck somewhere that is very dry. The desert is dry. There's no cups there. There's no emotions there. It's very dry, okay? Get these cards out of the way a bit more. So yeah, the situation is very dry. They are thirsty. Take that as you will. They really need that emotion. They're praying for the emotions. They're praying for the love. It doesn't have to be literal praying. It can be just like daydreaming, wishing, fantasizing. But it's like the universe has heard that person. I never know what a gape means. I'll have to go back to that card and read it. Then there's this queen. Now the queen can be upright or reversed. She can be a good queen or a bad queen. So we're going to go to that again in a minute. But possibly this queen it's either you or it's the temptress perhaps that has sparked whatever's sparked. I say temptress. That's not necessarily like I was saying in the reading with that siren card, it's like more like hearing the call, something that's kind of like triggered these new passionate feelings, right? Whether that's within you, whether you're the queen feeling the serpent rise within you, or this is like the object that has triggered all these emotions. So this person had this trigger. They went down into the underworld. It sent them on almost like a downward spiral where they've gone in and they've done this kind of inner work, this inner healing, this pilgrim business, like with the Hermit card. Let's pull this card over. That's probably the best symbolism of this. It's like really threw them into the shadow side, made them do this self-reflection work, where they really looked at kind of like their own dark side, their own feelings, tried, really figured things out. But then they identified what they wanted with this rainbow here. Okay, they know what they want, and so they were down there. Let's move like this so you can see properly. They're down there in the underworld, down there in the depths. They figured out, they saw what they wanted, they worked it out, what meant something to them, what was missing from their life. And this, you see the rainbow? this is the thread that is pulling them. They're clinging to this thread for dear life, and this is what's pulling them literally out of this darkness, out of this cave. Okay? That's what they're clinging on to here. If you don't feel for this person, I mean, this story, I'm so hooked up to this story. Then we've got the prayer. It ends with the prayer. Can you see the hand coming out of the earth? Please focus. The hand like coming out of the earth, reaching up. So it's like they've been stuck down there in the underworld, and then they've got this hope, this goal, this drive. This it's like that karma card. Where's it gone? Like, look, like being reborn. I also kind of see this as being in the spotlight as well. It's like, I don't know why, it reminds me of a gig, you know, someone on stage. But anyway, I'm going to read from the books. I'm going to take my interpretation out of it a little bit. I'm just going to go through each card one by one, read the books, and you can determine what this means for you, if this is something that you're resonating with. There could be messages in here for everybody. You know, if you think, well, nothing else matters, right? The Madonna song, nothing else makes any sense except for that card, or nothing makes any sense except for that card. That's fine. Take what resonates, leave anything that doesn't. That's absolutely fine. There's going to be messages for everybody. This can't be every single person's like situation. You know, some of you are just here for the drama, some of you are just here for your you know, your soaps. People watch soaps for the drama, for the stories about people's lives. So some of you may just be here to kind of have a nice story time. Maybe some of you have fallen asleep listening to me, but anyway, this is let's get into this before I run out of space on my phone. I might actually just stop and restart. That might be good. Yeah, here we go. I've got 20 minutes left to do this, guys. So the desert. I'm sorry, it's not focusing too well right now. The desert, the drought. Is some of you crying? Is that what's going on? Is that why we can't focus? The desert, the drought, the wasteland, the badlands. The desert leaves us disorientated, desperate for direction, grasping for meaning, longing for solid ground. For endless miles we are confronted with a lack of clarity and existential dread. We are thirsty, hungry, pleading with life to get back to normal, to become animated by the simple pleasantries of day-to-day life. The desert offers no such comfort, and all must pass through it. If you can embrace the discomfort of the desert, knowing you will, someday, reach water again, you can tap into the potent energy of the landscape. Its lights are blindingly bright, and its darks are terrifyingly deep, which makes for unbridled creativity and clairvoyant visions. Truths reside in the desert that otherwise remain hidden. Okay, just to pause quickly there, I was getting that Oasis. I had 2 Oasis songs. So it's like somebody has seen the oasis in this desert, right? The crows, the shadows, and the coyotes' call surround you. Let the winds and sands work their deep magic, weary traveller. Okay, so what else was I picking up on? Oh, it reminded me to show you these. So what was it? The darks are terrifyingly dark. So it's like the brights are glaringly bright, the darks are dark. So again, we've got this balancing energy. These are both like sea creatures. Now these are the 2 cards in the underlying from the animal spirit deck. So this is someone who dives deep. This is the person who's been down here to the depth, like the depths of their soul. Okay, dive deep, but then they're surfacing up. So they've got this darkness, it's yin yang energy, and then the dolphin is someone who can like happily jump through the waves or take things in the stride. You know, if you look at the colors around this, it's very much this kind of like 10 of cups happiness energy, this inner healing energy from the self card. You know, this brightness within you, the happiness, finding the happiness within you because you've done the shadow work. Okay, face to face as well here. Okay, so I just wanted to kind of show you those cards as well. At that point I was sort of saving those for this story down here. So from the desert is alive and pulsing with energy despite its desolate appearance. Turn towards it rather than away from it. That could be a message for some of you. When in the throes of the desert, contemplate the following. You are not alone. I am here with you. The Michael Jackson song. The name Michael might be important. You have Archangel Michael. You have more supplies with you than you think. Water is very near. So Archangel Michael might be your spirit guide right now. 5 if you're into that sort of thing. If not, leave it, it's fine. 50, 60, 72. 72. Agape. I keep trying to go through the tripod, but then I can't lift my hand up. Such an awkward setup today. Agape. Devotion, unconditional love. Here we go, baby. And I keep forgetting what this means, and it means unconditional love. What if, instead of putting yourself at the center of your spiritual practice, you put God, goddess, or nature at the center, whatever, the universe, whatever that means for you? How would this change your approach? Such is the energy of agape. It is alive when we are in awe and wonder, our breath taken away by the sacred force that surrounds us and asks for nothing in return. This card can indicate a spiritual initiation that stretches your capacity to love and serve. I do feel like somebody's had a spiritual awakening with the Karma card and with the Tower card. This card can indicate a spiritual initiation that stretches your capacity to love and serve. You sense the earthly as the heavenly and vice versa. Such an initiatory moment can appear in any form, and like a healing balm to the modern soul, its effects last a lifetime. The Agape card may also suggest you reassess what you worship every day, consciously or unconsciously. What are you elevating? Are you elevating material things? Where does the sacred ladder you climb ultimately lead to? I'm sorry, again, it's very blurry at the moment. Agape can also be felt as an overwhelming love for family, partner, community. Recognize it by a deep swell of gratitude. The Greek word agape, informs the English word agape. To have the mouth agape is to be awestruck by something of breathtaking delight. You're breathtaking. You're all breathtaking. Sorry, memes. We are made humble once again. When light, service, reverence, honour, joy. Okay, shifty. Right, the Queen. Number 11. Sorry if my fat belly's in view. Going out for a walk after this to try and tone up a little bit. Been a bit lazy this week. So I'm not fat. I've just got a little bit of a sausage roll belly today. The Queen. The Empress. Here she is. We've got the Emperor, and here's the Empress coming in, showing up in the same reading. Boom. The Mother Queen, the Sovereign. Like her counterpart, the King, the Queen has a dualistic nature. See, yin yang, and you get G again, black and white. Either she presides over the realm with grace and eloquence that comes from the heavens to uplift the spirit of others, or she falls into petty, contemptuous moods, casting a shadow across the land. If the king is the ego, the queen is the expression of that ego in the world. She is the lotus bloom, the dancer's bow, the moon's radiant reflection. When the queen is seated in her rightful and righteous place, she is patient and forgiving. She waits for the grace of God and Goddess to move through her, striving and grasping for nothing. To be the benevolent leader, to embody the Queen, is to settle into deep trust, resolve and power. The royal Queen fears nothing, for divinity itself cradles her heart. And again, it's like this unconditional love message, loving unconditionally and not expecting anything in return. When light, the embodiment of grace, courage, resolve, stillness. I think somebody's touched. I think somebody has never had an unconditional love in their life, or they forgot it, and now they know what that feels like, and it's completely changed them. Read Cleopatra's monologue in Shakespeare's Antony and Cleopatra, Act 5, Scene 2. Then read about Iniana, Tara, and Hera. Right, well, I'm not doing all of that, but I have actually got Shakespeare's. I'll show you in a second. The Queen does not accept the hand of a prince, but claims the throne. The Queen does not accept the hand of a prince. What was I saying over here? Okay. This person has to do the inner work. They have to heal. They have to level up to match the Queen's energy. They weren't. I feel like over here they are. When they've done that introspection work. So if this is you and you want to approach someone, if you're over here in this page energy, you need to do that shadow work. You need to do the healing work first. And once you've had that kind of like spiritual revolution, right, then you can approach the queen, because you'll match her wavelength. The queen does not accept the hand of a prince, but claims the throne, knowing the king draws near. She is a magnet for the fully embodied masculine and entertains nothing else. Okay. So, Antony and Cleopatra, huh? Well, it just so happens I studied Shakespeare. Sorry, my book's awful. It's so old and like tattered. Very well used. It just so happens I studied Shakespeare for a year at university. So I have this handy. This monster of a book. So Cleopatra's speech. Okay, just as a trigger warning, it's this scene where if you know about Cleopatra, she commits suicide at the end of the story. So it's that scene. So trigger warning there. Don't do that. Don't do that, guys. We actually don't know. Historically, we don't know what happened to Cleopatra. She could have just gone into exile and led a perfectly happy life. We don't actually, 100% know for sure what happened to her. But Augustus, he was a bit more of an exiler than a head chopperer. I mean, maybe not actually in his conquering mode. Stop talking about Augustus Caesar, Cinderella. She's like such a fangirl. Terrible person. I don't know why I fangirl. I always go for the bad guys. But then he's kind of the good guy in the end. He's like a Kylo Ren. Right, shut up. Right, Cleopatra. Okay, I'm going into my queen energy now, guys. Give me my robe, put on my crown. I have immortal longings in me. Now, no more the juice of Egypt's grape shall moist this lip. Yeah, good Iras, quick, methinks I hear Antony call. I see him rouse himself to praise my noble act. I hear him mock the look of Caesar, which the gods give men to excuse their after wrath. Husband, I come. Now to that name my courage prove my title. I am fire and air and other elements I give to baser life. I am fire and air, my other elements I give to baser life. So have you done? Come then. So she's saying that I am fire and air, my other elements I give to baser life. What she's saying is fire and air are the soul. They're the spirits, the ethereal, right? The other elements, which would be earth and what's missing, water, are the physical elements that are going to stay in the earth when she does this. So her spirit is leaving her body. So have you done? Come then, and take the last warmth of my lips. Romeo and Juliet moment. She kisses Iras. Fine. Farewell, kind Carmian. Iras, long farewell. I have the aspic in my lips. Dost fall? If thou and nature can so gently part, the stroke of death is as a lover's pinch, which hurts and is desired. Dost thou lie still? If thus thou vanishest, thou tellest the world it is not worth leave-taking. There you go. That's the speech they wanted us to read. Any chance to ham it up and do a bit of Shakespeare, eh? Okay, not that I'm good at it. I did do drama in high school, but I'm never very good at it. I didn't have the confidence. Also, I don't have the memory to memorize speeches, so yeah, that doesn't do me much good. I love Shakespeare though. I love reading it out loud. It helps you to understand it as well if you read it out loud, because you get like the pacing and things better. The underworld, the nightmare, the ordeal, the bottom. So someone who's been through something, right? This is no time to mince words. The archetypal territory of the underworld is fraught with nightmares, suffering and pain. It is the darkest shadow realm, which we try vigilantly to avoid or deny at any cost. Try as we might, the darkness pulls us into its depths through disturbing dream images. I had a dream about a baby last night. I dreamt that, sorry, it's completely distracted. I had a dream that I went round to somebody's house, and all I remember is they had like a circular dining table, and they had quite a young baby, and I was really excited. I was like, let me hold the baby. I want to hold the baby, and it was so cute and lovely, but I think it had just ate, so it kept vomiting up milk everywhere. So yeah, whatever that means. Someone interpret my dream. What does that mean? It wasn't a disturbing image. It was just a baby being a baby. It was cute. The darkness pulls us into its depths through disturbing dream images, unexpected accidents, illness, war, conflict, and ultimately death. Not visiting the underworld or denying its existence altogether is what gives it dangerous power. Traversing it, forces us to bow humbly to the greater forces that be, while summoning the inner strength we previously underestimated. We have that strength card. Take solace that the underworld subsumes everyone from time to time. We all go through tough patches. Okay, we all go through challenges, making us deeper friends, more intimate partners, soldiers of light amid our shadowy times. Facing darkness and choosing light is the most profound calling of all. Now, I have that written out. I had this card once in one of my readings, and I wrote that out, and it sits next to my computer. Facing darkness and choosing light is the most profound calling of all. Okay, this person is choosing light. They're climbing out of the darkness. Search for images of a map of Dante's Inferno. What does the story of epic descent stir in you? One of the earliest stories on record is that of the goddess Inanna's descent, Inanna. Turns out descending into the underworld is as old as time itself. And it's funny because I had a couple of underworld readings recently where I was talking about classical journeys into the underworld. So it's like journeying into your own dark side, doing that inner work, doing the shadow work. Yeah, which I feel like it's like a key theme for 2020. I feel like this is what a lot of people are going through. Okay, here we go, the thread. So this person they've grasped onto that happiness and they're climbing out of this darkness for dear life, okay? It's like the crows as well, pulling this person out. The thread, the path, the vein, the circuit. Life is a tangle. So much happens simultaneously and circuitously, leaving us grappling for meaning and direction in a network of distractions. When we connect to the energy of the thread, however, we strike the deepest vein in the body. Our whole being responds to its tug. See, something has been sparked inside someone here. Meaning is pumped through our bloodstream. Our mind and spirits are lifted. We remember who we are and what we came in this world to do. The star card, destiny. Though this happens on the most profound level, it could be the simplest incident that activates the thread. A song, an image, a conversation heard in passing. No matter how confusing and multi-layered our modern lives become, if we are connected to the thread, we are free. Being tethered to it is the only anchor our heart requires. Getting a lot of thread energy through this reading. The circuit of meaning within chaos. Recall a moment in your life when you felt fully alive. The thread is waiting for you amid the details of that memory. A moment in your life where you felt fully alive. What did that mean to you? What does that tell you? You may think you have to find the thread and pull it. Imagine, though, that it's already tied around you, waiting for you to follow it home. Okay, that's like Ariadne, is it? I think it's Ariadne. And Perseus, is it? I get a couple of the heroes mixed up. Where they go into the Minotaur's maze and she falls in love with him. She gives him some thread, and he's able to like leave a trail of breadcrumbs kind of thing, have this thread so he can follow it back out of the maze and not get lost. Yeah, I do feel like I'm picking up on a connection. The prayer. Okay, so here we go. We're halfway there. Living on a prayer. Bon Jovi there up on the stage at the concert. That's what this card always makes me think of. The worship, the reverence, the homage. What is prayer? When we are in a state of prayer, and when are we not? When are we in a state of prayer, and when are we not? To whom or what do we pray? Archetypally, the practice of prayer has been with us since the dawn of time as a remedy for the omnipresent self-centered thinking that spins us towards illusion. Prayer leads us beyond our ego as we move from our little story to the big one. Some say we are in a state of prayer any time we are not the center of our own thoughts. Others say prayer is a natural result of gratitude. Perhaps it is simply surrender or service. Whatever prayer is for you, now this is in highlighted writing, whatever prayer is for you, okay, no agenda here, I'm not trying to push anything on anybody, whatever prayer is for you. This card reminds us of its importance. Get quiet, low, humble and soft. Bow and touch the ground as your heart lifts to the sky. Though it may be uncomfortable, it is time. Nothing else will do. Offering to be of service, asking for guidance. Every song, kiss, breath, word can become a prayer. It is a feeling, not an action. Consider the ancient mantra, Ong Namo Guru Dev Namo. I bow to the creative consciousness within. I bow to the teacher within. Okay, last word of advice here, guys, and then I'm going to love you and leave you. Experiment with the art of bowing down. Nearly all spiritual traditions make a practice of prostration. Okay, I kept on picking up on the Odyssey as well, and thinking about how King Piram, when he wanted the body of his son back, he went to Achilles. No, it's not in the Odyssey, it's in the Iliad then in that case. King Priam went to, left his castle walls, went out because he was under siege, went to Achilles, who was like ranting and raving and sulking because his friend had died, and he knelt down and begged, prostrated himself, which is a very powerful move. It's a very powerful moment in classical culture, down at his feet and begged him to give him his son's body back. Like Achilles had been dragging the body of Hector up and down the beach. He was in his chariot dragging the body around, disrespecting the body, and it was so painful to Priam, who was the father. Went out, prostrated himself, begged him for Hector's body back. So yeah, it's a very iconic moment in that story. I don't know why that came to me, but it did. Right, guys. Hope that was helpful to you. We've made a bit of a mess, haven't we? Take care. Love you guys. And I'm finishing just in time. 20 seconds left until I run out of space on my video. Take care, guys. Bye-bye. Have a good day.